What's up? Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Stuff I Heard podcast. This is your host, Joshua Peak. Hi. Hi. How are you? How are you, folks? All of you tuning in. There's I know a dedicated 5 of you that listen to every episode, and I really appreciate all 5 of you. I know this is kind of like my little grassroots project that I'm starting from nothing and just kind of growing from here, and I have no idea if it's ever going to become anything, but for me, it's kind of a fun little hobby. I get to share some crap in my head and have some sanity in the process, and in the process also make myself a little insane in that I'm trying to crank this stuff out and don't have any time lately. Sometimes you gotta take a break. You gotta take a breath, You ever just felt like you were in such a hurry that you had to take a breath and you were just like, wait, just give me a second. There we go. Okay, now what? So, how are you guys and gals and funky folks out there? I have a little bit of a trip coming up, and I'm super excited about it. And I got something in my tooth, sorry. I have a trip coming up and I'm super excited about it, and I'm gonna geek out a lot. My wife and I are going to Disney. D-I-S-N-E-Y, Disney World. Disney World! And I'm looking forward to it. My wife is what you'd call a Disney nerd, a Disney-aholic, a Disney fan, a Disney super fan. To give you an example of that, this is called Stuff I Heard, and she listens to several podcasts all about Disney. Whether it has to do with Disney movies, Disney parks, Disney whatever, history, you name it, she's listening to it. And we're going. We're going soon. We're also planning some cool stuff. We went last year and did the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, and the Food and Wine Festival is very nice. If you've never been to Epcot, you gotta imagine that when you walk in the park, the front part of the park is like a bunch of rides that are sort of educational based and science fiction-y and fun. The giant globe that you see on TV that looks like a golf ball, there's a ride inside of it called Spaceship Earth. It's pretty cool. If you compare it to the other rides that are there now, it's kind of dorky, but I mean, they haven't really updated it in a long time. And to be fair, it's so huge, how would you even update that? But it's kind of fun to get into whenever you want to get out of the heat or take a rest and just kind of enjoy a nice ride. And it is a nice ride. It's enjoyable. Anywho. When you go through that part and you get to what they call the World Showcase, there is a giant lake, if you will, and there's a pathway that goes either way around this lake, and it makes a big semicircle around it. If you were to look at it from up above, the walking path would look sort of like a kettlebell. So, the World Showcase is made up of, from what I counted last time, I think it's 14 different countries, and each country is represented in its own land, and it's supposed to have its own people from that area working in the area, and they have gifts that you can buy, and they have culture that you can see, and they have food that you can eat or drink. Not in all of them, but in most of them. During the Food and Wine Festival, last year I think we counted 38 different kiosks that represented 38 different countries around the world. And it was fantastic. Now, here's where we did wrong. Last year, we planned to go and we spent one day trying to go through the World Showcase and visit all the kiosks. That didn't work out so well. We ran out of stomach space before we ran out of time. I mean, we got full pretty quickly, and then suddenly it was like, all right, now what? Because I want to eat that, I want to try that, I want to sample that, I wish we could stay longer and listen to this music or watch these people dance or you name it. There was just more and more stuff that we wanted to do. And if you've never been, I highly recommend going. It's so cool. One of the things that Disney does better than anybody else is they want to make sure that once you enter their property, you're going to have a magical experience. You're going to enjoy yourself like you're in a movie, like you're the main character, like you're the star. If you ever go and take your kids, like if you have a daughter and you get to take her to do they have a princess makeover thing they call the Bippity Boppity Boutique, where they literally make them up to look like princesses, and they have little tiaras in their hair, and they fix they have dresses, and they have a little wand that they get to wave or whatever, and everywhere they go in the park, anybody who sees them greets them as, "Hello, princess." How cool is that? How cool is that? That's so cool. Anyway, they do this better than anybody else, any other place that I've ever been, because at any given moment, you're not really revealed to the employees, which they call themselves cast members. You're not really revealed to them as being like normal people. They just are there to serve you. They're there to make sure that you have a great experience. And they're friendly, they're helpful, they go out of the way for you. It is fantastic. Fantastic. Now, we've been to Disneyland, and Disneyland is different. Now, Disneyland doesn't have as much land, so to speak, to deal with. There wasn't as much planning that went on when they built Disneyland. Disneyland, I think, was built in the 50s, maybe? Am I right on that? My wife right now would be freaking out going, no, you dummy, why don't you look it up? I don't want to look it up. You look it up. You got a computer. You people know. Anyway, so Disneyland was opened up a long time ago, and they didn't have much land to deal with, and they had hopes that they could buy future land in the process, but never did get a chance to buy future land. So what they're dealing with there is a space issue. So you can't separate your guests from your cast members. So, so when the cast members want to take a break, they just walk out of the ride and just walk around the park and eat and smoke a cigarette or whatever. Not that I saw them smoking, but I mean, if you had smoking areas, they'd be smoking in the smoking areas. It's just weird. It's just different. It's different. I don't know if it's weird. It's just different. Disney World, like, you don't intermingle with them. Like, they have a thing, and as soon as you walk up anywhere, they're like, hi, how can I help you? I mean, they're just super helpful. And then when they go on break or something, they disappear in the back and you don't see them. You're like, where'd they go? Now, from my understanding, Disney World is built on top of a city that is all the inner workings of what makes it happen. This year, what's going to make this trip even more special is this year we're doing a behind-the-scenes tour. Oh my! I'm looking forward to that. I'm sort of an engineering kind of brain, and I like to see the way things work. And my wife is a Disney nut, and so we're going to have fun learning how they make it all happen and getting the private tour underneath the city. That's going to be so cool. We're staying a whole week this time. We're going to stay the full week and enjoy it and take in as much as we can until our little Disney hearts are going to pop with magic and joy to the sound of When You Wish Upon a Star or something like that. I just made that last part up. Anywho, so be prepared. I'm going to be taking lots of video and lots of photos and putting stuff on the internet, and you guys are going to be like, oh my god, there's more stuff about this. At least it's not me building a deck. So there. You happy? Does that make you happy? You finally get a break from me talking about building the deck. Oh, by the way, the deck is really nice. If you haven't seen the deck, you can check it out on YouTube, on my dad's YouTube page under our peak, or you can watch it in my videos. I finally got my videos loaded. I had a day off finally, and I put like 10 videos up. Now, I didn't do what Dad did. I didn't have the fast forwarded running around like fast forwarded people on a bunch of coffee. I'm trying to find the nice version of that. See how developed I am? I'm learning to say things differently. I'm learning to, not curse as much, hopefully. I mean, you guys are probably going to hold me accountable for that, my mom more than anybody. But I'm trying. I'm getting better. It's just a process. Just kind of hang with me here. What? My computer's now telling me that I have upgrade to Mac OS Mojave. M-O-J-A-V-E. Did I pronounce that right? Mojave? Get dark mode, stacks, new apps, and a new app store. I don't want to do that right now. Later. Not right now. Anywho, I'm talking to my friends. Dude, just stop it. So anyway, back to you guys. I'm really looking forward to Disney. I am not going to talk about the deck anymore, even though I enjoyed it last night when our friends came over and we got to grill fish and sit on the back deck with the lights on and swat mosquitoes until they finally chased us off to come inside. I'm not going to talk about it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Don't make me. That's it. Okay? You've been warned. All right. Moving on. Today is October 24th. See, I waited until like the 10-minute mark to even tell you the date. October 24th, 2018. I realized that I missed out on that opportunity and I didn't say anything before, and I'm trying to like stretch it out and not really give it away. And I know you guys are like, oh, I wonder what day this podcast came out. Like it's not even stamped on the thing, but here we go. I just said it. Today is my stepdad Dan's birthday. Daniel Hopla. Dr. Dan. Dan is in surgery today. Not having surgery, he is a surgeon. He's an ear, nose, and throat specialist. And Wednesday is his surgery day. So I didn't want to call and interrupt him because I know him. He'll like stop what he's doing and answer the phone. I don't want him to answer the phone on his birthday. Dan, happy birthday. I don't know how much I should go into birthday stuff on the podcast. This is weird because like you guys don't know Dan, I know Dan, but like the way I know Dan, you guys don't know Dan. But anyway, happy birthday, Dan. I love you. Let's talk a little bit about Netflix, shall we? Because you know that's like one of my things. And this is called Stuff I Heard, so you can tell people you heard it here. I talked a little bit last week about how I learned that they were going to cancel, or they have canceled, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which I'm not so excited about them canceling Iron Fist. I mean, although the last episode was really cool, where she, if you haven't seen it, just fast forward a couple seconds, where she gets his power and then suddenly he gets more power and he's got those guns and he shoots it and the bullets are like glowing and what? I want to see more of that. I want to see what's going to happen with that character. Not the character he is up to that point, because up to that point, he just kind of sucks. But I like that character. That's the superhero character we've been waiting for, and they canceled it. So, bummer. Luke Cage, I am kind of bummed out about it. I like Luke Cage. I will say that this past season, I know a lot of people said they really enjoyed this last season. I didn't as much. I felt like this last season kind of was just slow. It just drug on too long. I don't know. It was missing something. I still like him. I like that guy playing, the guy who plays Luke Cage. I think he's a great actor. I think him playing the part, he looks the part. He looks like a superhero that's, you know, all Jack Diesel and can bounce bullets off of his body. I mean, he looks like that guy. And I enjoyed watching it. And I'm sad to see it go. I'm hoping that he comes back in some other form or fashion in somebody else's realm or whatever. He could come back in Jessica Jones's. Because in her story, they dated for a while. I mean, you know. And I know they got to be working on another season of Jessica Jones, because that's a great series. Now, the reason I started talking about this all around is Daredevil Season 3 came out. Daredevil! Now, I will say this. I got ruined by Daredevil by watching Ben Affleck play Daredevil. And if that hasn't taught you anything, is that Ben Affleck should never play a superhero character. Case in point, Batman, okay? If you watch the Batman that he is now, he looks like he's saddled up to the buffet way too long, and he's going through drug rehab, and his wife left him. Oh wait, that was real. Oh, my bad. Yeah, he's just not the Batman that I perceive as Batman. I mean, and I know a lot of people have given him flack about it. My brother actually made a point. He said, you know, the crazy part is I think this is some of his best acting, and it's not that great. I mean, I don't agree with that. I think some of his best acting was when he did The Town. I mean, that scene where he's talking to Jeremy Renner and he's like, I need you to come with me and don't ask any questions. We're going to hurt people. And he's like, whose car are we taking? That's a great scene. See? But it's he does a good job of acting in that movie. That's acting. Him as Batman, I kind of feel like he's always been playing Batman in his life. You know, like, oh, I'm Batman. Like, yeah, sure you are, buddy. I get it. They wanted a big face. They wanted a big name to play the guy. And he does have the jaw, the squared off jaw look. And I guess he sort of is of that aged man that could be Batman. But, I don't know. Anyway, Ben Affleck ruined Daredevil for me. Because I didn't think he did a good job. I didn't think he did a good job of any of it. It was just too weird, too hokey. I said that to say this, though. Netflix does Daredevil right. Daredevil is awesome. Not only that, the guy who plays Kingpin is awesome. I even looked it up the other day. Vincent D'Onofrio, is that his name? Why is my phone asking me for my ID now? Come on, you can see my face. Stupid Apple. I gotta punch in my code. And that's the wrong code. Hey, how about we do this on the podcast? That's good. That's good listening, right? You guys right now are losing your minds. I know a couple of you are driving and you're like, are you kidding me? You're doing that now? Yes, I'm doing that now. Sorry. Just hang with me. I got a plan. Who plays Kingpin in Daredevil?
Kingpin was played by Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio. See? That guy. You see that guy? He did a good part. I liked it. Vincent D'Onofrio. It's a good Kingpin character. They develop the character well. They showcase the character well. They have him influencing other people the right way, and at times they have him losing control the right way. I mean, he is a good bad guy. It is a good show. So you gotta have a good good guy and a good bad guy, and you gotta have stories for both. And the one thing that Daredevil does better than anybody is it polarizes the good guy as not necessarily a good guy. I mean, he is called Daredevil. They call him the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. He's in a suit that has devil horns. He's not a bad guy, but he's got some demons. Kind of like Batman. You know, if Ben Affleck wasn't playing it. I'm just saying. Not that Ben Affleck doesn't have his own demons, but don't get me started on Ben Affleck. Anyway, go check out Netflix's Daredevil. There's 3 seasons. They're really great. The guy who plays Daredevil is awesome. The characters around him are awesome. It took me a while to kind of warm up to Foggy Nelson, his partner in law. But the girl playing Karen Page came from True Blood on HBO. The redhead. Her name is something. I don't know. I don't even care to look it up. I'm just saying. Go look at it. Go watch those 3 seasons. They're great. Do you need to watch Defenders in the process? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. A friend of mine from high school, Thomas Jackson, posted today. He's like, do I need to watch Defenders to watch this? You kind of do, so you can see why the main character, Matt Murdock, is the way he is and what the storyline goes towards. You don't necessarily need it to follow what's going on. But they did a great job. I want to commend them. I think that if Daredevil was like the Punisher and they allowed him to be like rated R, it'd be even better. But it doesn't have to be. It's great like it is. So, go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. What else? I really got nothing else. This is going to be a short one. I'm just going to wrap it up real short. Because it's Wednesday. And I normally get you guys out like on Wednesday when I'm off, but I had to work today and I got no energy. I ain't got no energy. And I know right now Byron's going down the road and he's listening to me. He's like, dude, I need 30 minutes. Why are you going to give me just like a few? Come on, man, just stretch it. And this is the part where my wife loses her mind and goes, why do you always say, I'm going to cut this short? And then you talk for another 10 minutes. Yeah, why? I don't know why. It's like I need some structure or something. She's like, why don't you take some time and write some stuff down? I'm like, why don't you give me more time? Because I don't have any. Maybe if I had an assistant. A Halston or a young Jamie. What do you think? Anywho, I'm going to wrap this up. I got a guest all of a sudden. Hi. Y'all take care. Have fun. And we'll see you on the flip side.